Morning folks, so today is the 12th of the 1st 2021 and this is going to be our third year woodwork classwork for our normal class, last class on a Tuesday. Okay, so I'm going to give you an exam question, an exam revision question. To an extent we're nearly done with all the new theory. I'm going to do a new bit of theory with you on Thursday morning's live class. But for today we're going to do a revision exam question. It's this one here, which is on timber seasoning. Okay, so the diagram shows one method of timber seasoning. Okay, state 3 advantages that seasoned timber has over unseasoned timber. So just very quickly and very briefly, okay, what is timber seasoning? Okay, so if you remember, 50% of the weight of a newly felled tree is due to water content. The drying process must be controlled or defect will occur in the wood. Timber seasoning is the controlled drying out of timber. So when you hear the phrase timber seasoning, it's the controlled drying out of timber. Okay. So if we go back to the question, it's saying 3 advantages that seasoned timber has over unseasoned timber. So why do we do it? Okay. So really, number of reasons we have are: drier wood is easier to work with. Okay, so if you were to work with wet wood, it's going to be awkward to work with the tools. The tools might start to rust. Okay, drier wood is lighter and harder and stronger. Okay, so if there's water in wood, it's going to be heavier, so it's a lot lighter to work with. Okay, and there's going to be, so another advantage, let's think there, 3 advantages that seasoned timber has over unseasoned timber is it's going to be more stable as well, really. Okay, so a seasoned bit of wood will be stable, it's not going to move as much, really. Okay, so that's the first question done. So next question is, what is the correct name of the seasoning shown? Okay, so if you remember, there's 2 types of seasoning. And if I just go down here and I'll show you both. Okay, here we have natural drying or kiln seasoning. Okay, so natural is simply where it kind of stays out in the open and we have a little bit of a roof over it and it dries in the outside over a long period of time. Kiln seasoning is essentially an oven, a large oven, where it actually dries over a period of 2 weeks, maybe, for example. Natural drying might take 6 months to dry. Okay, so this is natural seasoning. So what is the correct name? It's natural seasoning. Explain with the aid of notes and neat freehand sketches what happens during this seasoning process, making particular reference to the parts labelled in the diagram. Okay, so let's just go back and see. Yeah, I have an image here. Okay, so this is an image of natural seasoning. So first things first, you can see it's out in the open. So as a result, we need a slanted roof, so rain will not go onto the actual wood. It's slanted so the rainwater can drip off on the far side here. What else can we see here? We have these tiny bits of wood in between them. They're known as stickers, and essentially that allows the air to flow in between them. Okay. So we're talking about our stickers. We have a roof here, where the actual rainwater is running off it. We have our actual boards. They're the boards that are actually drying. And we have a beam here as well. So the function of the beam really is to help keep it off the ground, so any moisture that can come up through the concrete blocks there, for example, will not go to the wood. Okay, so that is simply explaining what that is happening there. Okay, so the question asks, with the aid of notes and neat freehand sketches. So it's always a good idea to draw something out like that to aid your understanding of that, or to aid the answer. Okay. Part 3, name one other method of seasoning. Okay, and we've said that is kiln seasoning. Okay, and compare the 2 methods of seasoning under each of the following methods: the moisture content, the duration, the defects, and the cost. Okay, so with the moisture content, you can get a much lower moisture content with kiln seasoning, whereas with natural seasoning, you might not get as low a moisture content. The duration then, So with kiln seasoning, you can get a much quicker method of drying timber with kiln seasoning, whereas with natural seasoning it could take up to 6 months. So for example, kiln seasoning could take 2 weeks, natural seasoning could take 6 months. Defects then, you're going to get a lot less defects with natural or with kiln seasoning because you can't control it, whereas with natural seasoning you could get defects, unfortunately. Okay, the cost then, okay, kiln seasoning is going to be more expensive because essentially you need a big shed like here. So kiln seasoning, you need a big factory like that, okay, whereas with natural seasoning you need, essentially anyone can do that. You can do that outside. Okay, so that's part 3 done. Always good practice to do a table with that to compare it. The end planks then, so part 4, the end planks tend to split during the seasoning process. Describe with the aid of notes and neat freehand sketches one method of preventing this. So there's 2 methods we could use. Bear with me now and I'll find them. Yeah. Okay, so it's 2 methods, painting or straps. So you can see here you can end up with splits like this, okay, painting it or straps. So you could actually get, if you put paint on the end of it, that's going to help prevent the moisture escaping too quickly, okay. Or you could put a strap on the end of it like they would on a scaffolding board on a building site, and that's going to help prevent that there. Okay, so that is you talked through that entire question. I want you to write out the answer based on what I've given you and email it to me then. I'm going to put this on Microsoft Teams for you. Just a question. I want you to try and attempt and answer yourself. You can find the answers in the book. Just bear with me. So in the book, those answers would be under it's on page 87 of the book, chapter 12.